Welcome back to the film room. Today we're going to talk about Zion Johnson, the guard out of Boston College. Went in the first round, 17th overall, I believe, to the Los Angeles Chargers. Should be a great player for them, and I really enjoyed watching his tape. I thought he's been a great player. He was my #1 interior offensive line prospect, and I think he definitely deserved to go that high. So let's talk about him today. First off, make sure to like and subscribe to the channel. Would appreciate it a ton. And Chargers fans, let me know what you think of the pick, as well as if we have any Boston College fans, let me know what you thought of him as a college prospect and any other teams that you wanted him to go to. But without any further ado though, let's get into the tape. So here's our first play. There's Zion Johnson here. He's the left guard, and he's going to have a really great rep here in pass protection on this stunt that they're going to run. They're going to bring this guy around, and we're going to see what he can do here, as this Boston College offense was not great. So he's pretty much the highlight of it for me, and they're going to bring this defensive tackle all the way around, and Johnson is just going to be ready. This guy gets dragged in by this guy, but he is just ready to get to the edge and fend this guy off. He's got really long arms, really a ton of power, and you can just see this is great technique. He's bent very well and just not letting this guy get anywhere on him. Now here's our next play. There's Johnson again at left guard. It's kind of hard to tell. I had a lot of trouble telling where he was sometimes because they love to run two tight ends like all the time on the same side, so it looks like he's the center, but the quarterback's right there, of course. So we're just going to see what he can do on this reach block. He's going to be trying to get this guy right here, and he's just going to absolutely move him. Actually, wait, I think it's going to be, there's a couple of these. They love to run outside zone, so this is just a great reach block. You can see the explosiveness that he gets off of the line. They're bringing this guy in motion, and Johnson is just going to be very explosive, going to get this guy, and it's going to be fumbled, but he's just going to move this defensive tackle all the way across and open this up. It was a fumble, but I loved this rep, and I love to see this power that he has, because he's great. He got great hands, he got great length, but his power might be my favorite part of his game. We're going to watch it again. Just absolutely moves this guy and gets him off the ball. Here's our next play. There's Johnson right there, and we're just going to see what he can do, just sealing off this linebacker. There's another outside zone play. They're going to be running to the right of the screen. It's going to be left for them, but we're going to see him just absolutely set a great lane up for his running back. You can just see he gets completely square and gets to the side. Running back's not going to get too much after, because this #3 here, I believe, is the safety who's going to get downhill, but Johnson coming from that guard spot is just going to work straight up field to #2, the linebacker here, and get just a great block. You can see he just really squares himself up nicely and just moves. He has a nice pivot here, coming straight up the field, and he plants that right foot, and just you can see his ankle bend is just really impressive, and he's going to turn all the way around, wall him off, and then if this guy, I'm assuming someone was supposed to account for and didn't, but this is a one-on-one for the running back. This is good block from this guy too, this tackle, but absolutely great job sealing off this lane. Really, really impressive. Here's our next one. There's Johnson, and this is just going to be another good pickup in pass protection. We can see kind of his anchor displayed here, as we'll let it run right here. This guy comes straight at him, and he's not going to let him go anywhere. You can see just how he really moves his feet well. He's just, he kind of moves like he's posting up in basketball. Like that's the kind of footwork I get from him sometimes. I don't know if he had any basketball background, but I liked it a lot, and I just thought he was really impressive. I don't think he really got beat in pass pro very often in this game. I can't think of one off the top of my head where he did, and this is just another great rep, and I was really impressed just with how much power that he has. And here's our next play. There he is. He's going to be pulling on this play across, and he's going to absolutely crack this guy #13 right here on the back side of this run. We're not going to spend too much time here, but you're going to see just boom, gets a great hit on him, and this is going to be a solid run. Now here, this is going to be one that the play is blown dead, but I was very impressed with how he picked up two different guys on this. They're going to be, Boston College is going to be getting blitzed here. This is NC State. I don't even know if I mentioned who they're playing. We're looking at his NC State game from 2021, and he's gonna just pick up two different guys here on this stunt blitz, So like first off, he recognizes number 32 coming at him. Boom, gets a hit on him, passes him off. Then turns immediately, 48 defensive tackle, gets him out of the play and pushes him around the pocket. Again, this is blown dead. Their quarterback going to throw into the ground. I'm not sure exactly what the penalty was. Probably a false start. But still, I count this as, a legit rep because, most of, these guys, this whole front seven is pretty much moving at him. And I just think this pickup was very, very impressive. Now here we're going to see him just move really fast out of his break and get a great reach block on the backside of outside zone. And just, again, very impressive. He's going to be going after 55 here, and this guy's holding them for a second, but Jaxson, you can see just how fast he gets off the ball. I was thinking for a second it could have been a false start, but you can see that ball in between his legs. As soon as it moves, Jaxson is moving. Look how much upright he is. These guys have barely even. This tight end has not moved, and Jaxson is already getting into this block. And he's just going to pick up this guy very well. This guy has more leverage, but Jaxson just going to use his explosiveness, pretty much box him out and get this block. And this is just another one. He's really good in zone, and I believe the Chargers run. I am blanking right now, but I believe the Chargers and Brandon Staley will run a lot of zone. So outside zone, I think he's just going to be a perfect fit and be a plug-and-play guy at that spot. Now, here's our next play. This is going to be him, just another great example of pass protection and just his anchor throughout. And we're going to see him just pick up this guy well on a quick throw and just really just do his job. And I think that's one of the things that he's best at, is just doing his job, not doing too much, and always just picking up his guy in pass pro. I never really saw him lose in that. I think that was really, really impressive. Now here's our next play. There's Jaxson right there. And he is going to just help this guy win a double team. They're going to dominantly win it, and he's just going to get this defender all the way out of the play. They're going to be moving left. You can see this guy's got kind of a hand in there, but he's going to try to move up to the next guy. And Jaxson is just going to get most of this push and get this and extend, knock number 90 all the way out of the play before the running back even really gets it going. This guy is completely gone. Jaxson, they're running counter here, and Jaxson's already got him out as soon as the running back gets the ball, and he just continues to dominantly beat this defense. Now here's our next one, and we got two more. He's going to just do the example we saw earlier on that broken play where he took out pretty much two guys. This play, he's going to take out this 3-tech, and then he's going to help on this other rusher from, just keeping his other linemen, making sure they don't get beat. So first of all, this guy kind of gets low, overextends, kind of trips over that guy, but he goes to the ground. Boom, he's gone. And then Jaxson doesn't immediately recognize, there's a guy on his shoulder. I believe that's his center, kind of getting beat here a little bit, having to hold a little bit. He's not getting beat, but he's sideways, and that's not a position you want to be in as an offensive lineman, at least not in pass protection, from the inside. So Jaxson doesn't even go down, keeps his balance, springs back up, gets his shoulder and then his hands into this guy, lets this guy, right the ship, get square, and then Jaxson just gonna keep going and, force a good throw from the quarterback. We'll watch it again in full speed, and just again, another great rep, and he's just so good at identifying the threats and just knocking them out and not, getting overwhelmed at all. Now, here is our last play, and he's just going to stonewall this defensive tackle, and you're going to see just how much power that he has in his hands and his chest, just everywhere, and just boom, this guy just fully taken care of, and I thought that was really impressive. So again, Zion Jaxson is a great pass protector, and I hope I've given you enough examples to get you to believe that as well. So that is going to wrap it up for today. That is the Zion Jaxson versus NC State 2021 breakdown. Let me know what you think of it. I would very much appreciate any feedback, especially, on Zion Jaxson as a player, but also, on the video as well. And he was a lot of fun to watch. I think he's going to be a plug-and-play, immediate starter there for the Chargers at guard. And I think he can end up being a Pro Bowler, All-Pro. I think he has all the potential to be that as well. Great pick for them in the first round. They needed a tackle. Storm Norton is not who you want at right tackle, but they can move other guys around, and Jaxson was just the best player available. They could have gone like Penning or Raimann, even though he fell a lot later. But I think Zion Jaxson was great value, and is just going to be a great starter for them for the foreseeable future. Hopefully, you know, gets a second contract. It depends if they can pay him or not with, you know, Justin Herbert, but I think he's going to be good enough to be worthy of a second contract, whether from the Chargers or another team. And he's just, again, great player. Had a lot of fun watching him and is a great offensive line prospect. So, again, thank you for watching. Make sure to like the video and subscribe to the channel if you enjoyed. And I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.